Okay, when it comes to lipsticks, it's always good to get nudes. And so I've got 2 nudes prepared here today because everyone's skin is different. So for nudes, there's nothing that's like a go-to. It really depends on your skin tone, especially for brown girls. I have 2 shades right here. One is much more warm, a little bit more of an orange tone, and this one is more cool, a bit more of a light beigey, peachy, no, beigey tone. This one's more peach. So I'm just gonna put on both. So this is Taupe. So I took it off already, but Taupe is actually a matte, and so it actually lasts longer than the other finishes for the matte lipsticks. I always suggest you get, if you're going to spend so much money on a lipstick, get a matte, a cream sheen, or a satin. I don't love lusters, except I have one to show you, but yeah, I don't love lusters and frosts. First of all, frosts don't go too well with my brown skin tone, and then for lusters, I find that they're really sheer, except for one that I have to show you. And I don't think you should spend so much money, like $33 or more, on a luster. You could easily get a dupe outside, and with a more affordable brand. And also, all of these lipsticks they actually have dupes. So if you're not interested in MAC lipsticks, you just like the colors, then of course you can go look out for the dupes and more affordable prices. In terms of quality, I think they're okay. I wouldn't say they are like amazing, but I think the matte ones stay pretty long. But they can be a little bit drying. So yeah, now I will show you Spirit. I actually like Spirit a lot. I did not think I would love it because it was such a light shade. I was afraid. Ooh, I'm sweating. But it actually gives me that feeling of like being a supermodel or something, you know, like that really nude lip. It's like very high fashion, I feel. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It goes well with dark eyes. And this one is a satin finish. I personally don't find there's much of a difference between the satin and the cream sheen. Maybe the cream sheen is a bit more creamy. The satin is very smooth. In terms of staying power, it's not that good compared to the mattes. The mattes are pretty strong. They really stay on for a long time because they are quite dry. That being said, the mattes are not too dry except for Ruby Woo, which is amazingly dry. Talking about lusters, this is the one luster I will recommend for you guys to get. Of course, if you don't like it, you don't have to get it, alright? So this is a luster. It is the shade called Lustering, and Lustering is an everyday pink for me. It actually shows up pretty well on camera. At first, when I got this lipstick, I was a little afraid. I was afraid that it was going to be too light a shade. I was afraid it wouldn't show up on me because I have pigmented lips. But I have to say, even though this is a luster, which means it's more of a translucent sort of shade, the pink is pretty, I would say, pretty pigmented. So it does give my lips a very natural pink that can be used for everyday. And this is Lustering from M.A.C. Next up, I have a summer pink. Everyone should have a summery pink, and this one is Candy Yum Yum. And I know this is a really bold color, but try it out and it's pretty good. Sometimes it might be too pale on certain people, but I think for brown skin tones it's pretty nice. It has a tinge of purple in it. I am not sure if the camera picks it up, but in real life you can see that it's a little bit more purple toned, a bit like a mauve. I find this really bold, and so I'm pretty sure some people may not like it, but for me I love it because I like bold lips. So that's a summer pink for you guys. Next up, I have a bold lip, and this is actually Heroine, which is also a matte. I've realized in this collection, this capsule collection, I don't have any cream sheens. Sorry about that, but I actually think the mattes are pretty good. The mattes are more, they have more staying power, which is very important to me. I like my lipsticks to stay longer, so since I'm paying so much money, I'd rather get something that stays on longer. And the pigmentation is all good. So Heroine is this shade right here. I think Heroine is like an amazing Heroine, I don't know how you pronounce it. It is like an amazing shade for dark skin girls. Brown skin, dark skin, I think it's just so bold. I think because of the sunlight it looks a bit more pink, because it does have a pink undertone. Once this actually fades, I always get my lips looking pink. So it has a pink undertone, so it's very good on brown skin. Sometimes if the shade is too dull, yeah, I don't like those kinds of shades, which is why I chose this shade instead of more dark shade. And it's a very strong lip. When I go out, my husband says I look really scary with this. Once again, as I mentioned, the daylight coming in is actually making this a bit more pink. It's actually more purple. I don't know how to show it to you, but the shade is more purple actually, darker. So it looks really strong. It's a very strong lip. If you want to project a really strong image, you can wear this. It's really cool, very high fashion as well. As you can see, my lips are actually stained right now because the matte lipsticks and the darker lip shades, they actually stain more than the other lipsticks. A bit more lip balm because I'm going to put on Ruby Woo right now, and Ruby Woo is extremely dry, but the colour is wonderful. Look, there over here. I love this shade. I misplaced my Russian Red, but I would say Ruby Woo and Russian Red are my favourite red lipsticks from MAC. Ruby Woo because, I don't know, the shades are pretty similar. This one stays much longer than Russian Red. Russian Red actually is more of a moisturizing red lip. This one is definitely drying, so I suggest you moisturize first. For sure, you have to moisturize. But the staying power is really good with this one. And I think Ruby Woo actually matches most skin tones. It really looks good on most skin tones. Russian Red seemed to be more brown to me, but I misplaced my Russian Red, otherwise I'd show it to you guys as well. So this is Ruby Woo. I love it. The reason why I actually say that these 5 lipsticks are enough is because you can easily mix these lipsticks up to get really interesting shades, and that's what I'm going to do for you guys. I really love these lipsticks and I recommend these to you guys. So if this was helpful to you guys, please give me a like, thumbs up, and also subscribe for more such videos. And if you have any more ideas on what kind of things you want to watch on this channel, please give me a comment down below and I will do my best to get them up. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys.